Welcome to my channel. My next request is a Taylor Swift song. This one is All Too Well, and it says it's the 10-minute version from the vault. And it also says Taylor's version. Well, I don't know who other version would there be for a Taylor Swift song. That's weird. Anyway, we're going to get into that as soon as I say thank you for coming, and thank you for your support, and thank you for everything that you do. And I remind you that I always put the artist links in the description of their playlist so you can support them as well. But I don't put the link. I put the link to the okay, but I put the link to the song that I'm reacting to in the description of the video. I also put a link in there for Wikipedia, if I can find anything that makes any sense. I don't put the link to the reaction request form right now because I'm not currently accepting new requests. I've got over 3,100 requests in my queue already. That's over 550 days worth of work. So I just can't take any more right now. But if you come to my live stream on Sunday at 5 p.m. UTC on Rumble, it runs for 2 hours. So if you come there to Rumble at 5 p.m. UTC and you ask for a reaction in the chat, I'm going to react to it live. So this is Taylor Swift. All Too Well, the 10-minute version.
I walked through the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you've still got it in your drawer even now. Disposition and my wide-eyed gaze, we're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it after all it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own, now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. But you keep my old scarf from that very first week, 'cause it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. You can't get rid of it, 'cause you remember it all too well. 'Cause there we are again when I loved you so, back before you lost the one real thing you've ever known. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. Wind in my hair, you were there, you remember it all. Down the stairs, you were there, you remember it all. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. From when your Brooklyn broke my skin and bones, I'm a soldier who's returning half her weight. And did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? Just between us, did the love affair maim you too? 'Cause in this city's barren cold, I still remember the first fall of snow and how it glistened as it fell. I remember it all too well. Just between us, did the love affair maim you all too well? Just between us, do you remember it all too well? Just between us, I remember it all too well. Down the stairs, I was there, sacred prayer, I was there, it was rare, you remember it all too well. In my head, I was there, down the stairs, I was there, sacred prayer, I was there, it was rare, you remember it. And in my head, I was there, down the stairs, I was there, sacred prayer, I was there, it was rare, you remember it. And in my head, I was there, down the stairs, I was there, sacred prayer, I was there, it was rare, you remember it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I had to pull up the lyrics because it's Taylor Swift, and lyrics is what she's all about. So there were several things in there that struck me, and I can't possibly remember them all. So I pulled out the lyrics so that I could go through them with you. She paints pictures with her words that are very real and very meaningful. And Starts out, I walked through the door with you, the air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you still got it in your drawer even now. Oh, your sweet disposition and my wide-eyed gaze. We're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it all. I can picture it after all these days. And I know it's long gone, and the magic's not here no more, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. Really, I mean, wow. Because there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red because you were looking over at me. This is all reminiscence. This is all remembering from the past. Wind in my hair, I was there. I remember it all too well. Photo album on the counter, your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-sized bed, and your mom's telling stories about you in the T-ball team. You taught me about your past, thinking your future was me. And you were tossing me the car keys. Fuck the patriarchy. Keychain on I didn't even hear that. For keychain on the ground, we were always skipping town. And I was thinking on the drive down, any time now he's going to say it's love. You never called it that. Golly days. That's, I mean, you know, if you think about it, there's things that go on between two people that are unspoken, and yet you expect them to be a certain way. And here she's saying, you know, you're in the car, you're driving, and she's thinking he's going to say, I love you. But he never did. And then, you never called it what it was till we were dead and gone and buried. Check the pulse and come back swearing it's the same after 3 months in the grave. And then you wondered where it went to as I reached for you. But all I felt was shame, and you held my lifeless frame. Golly days. Maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there. I remember it all too well. And you call me up at this was the line that just struck me. You call me up again just to break me like a promise, so casually cruel in the name of being honest. Wow. Wow. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here because I remember it all. Wow. I mean, gosh. I think that's enough. That's her lyricism is off the charts good. It's when she sings those words, you're in the car with her. You're feeling the hair, the wind brushing by your hair. You're picturing him saying, I love you, and then he doesn't. And you feel the crushingness of that. You feel the pain of it. You feel the wondering, what happened? Where did it go wrong? What did I do? It's amazing. She is an incredible artist. She really is. This was, wow. I can't explain it, but this song really, it brought it all to life. It brought it all. It made it. I could picture it in my mind. I could see her driving in the car. I could see them hanging out together, and the refrigerator door opening, and the light, and the whole 9 yards. I mean, that's another level of lyricism. That is really amazing. And that's what Taylor is, a lyricist above all. And then the vibe of the song itself was it was sad, but not too sad, and it was reminiscent, but not too reminiscent, and it was recalling those times in the past from a memory that was still vivid in the mind and still, what was it she said? I got to go back to it now. Wind in my hair, I was there, I was there. Down the stairs, I was there, I was there. I just, wow. It was rare. You remember it. Wind in my hair, I was there. And yet, it's no longer there. Oh, man. Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. I like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own, now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. But you keep my old scarf from that very first week because it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. You can't get rid of it because you remember it all too well. Gee, many Christmas, man. You know, there are not many people in the world that can write like that. There are not many people in the world that can tell a song like that. There are not many people in the world that can reach into you and touch your feelings like that. That was incredible. Thank you for asking for that. I don't recall if I actually told you who requested it. It was TG. And I forgot to read the whole thing. I really did. TG requested it, and he wrote this. This is a song about Jake Gyllenhaal, who Taylor dated when she was 20, and he was 29, I believe. And it was requested on the 26th of February this year. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. You know, she doesn't overwhelm you with the music. She overwhelms you with the words. It's amazing. And yet the music is beautiful. That song had a beautiful melody to it, and it was it was a very apropos melody for the story that she was telling. It actually enhanced the sadness of it and the loneliness of it and the reminiscence of it. It's incredible. Really incredible. But I gotta move on. Sometimes I just want to linger on some of these because they're so amazing. This was really amazing. But I do have to move on, and so I pray that God will watch over you and fill you with his joy and with his peace. And that he will do that for every single person that you love. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.